Hi, everybody. It's a great pleasure to have you all here on the International Job Fair promoted by Talent Portugal, the Portuguese community of talent, and also with the Erasmus Students Network. It's a great experience. It has been a huge, with a huge enthusiasm that we have mobilized so many people. It's very good for you as Portuguese to see that there are so many foreigners that someone studied in Portugal, other not, but that want to work and live in Portugal. Okay, so today the big event will begin at 10 o'clock with the live chat with the companies, recruiters, and with the candidates. Enjoy yourself. But now, during this first hour, we are going to talk a little bit about why live and work in Portugal with three companies and also Erasmus and a relocation company. So I will begin with Ana Villena, that is our partner. Hi, Ana.
Hello.
And,
Hello.
hello. So, Ana, it's a great pleasure to work with you. You have did a great job, all your team, Rodrigo and Joanna and all of you, to mobilize so many people in so few, I think, 2 months or so. And so what I would like to hear from you, it's what is the role of Erasmus? How do you work? And also what you think the people can get from this event.
Okay. Hello, Luis. Thank you so much. It has been a great pleasure also to work with you. And first of all, I would like to greet all speakers too, and all companies and participants of this job fair here present today. So my name is Ana, and I'm here representing yes in Portugal, Erasmus Student Network Portugal, as Luis said previously, where I am actually a volunteer there. So I'm going to initiate briefly by sharing our main goal as an NGO, but also explain how these synergies with Talent Portugal naturally dawn, making possible the organization of this job fair. Actually, being the first big employability initiative of Yes in Portugal, so this is very important for us. And giving a little the opportunity for us to deepen and explore our causes, actually. Um, One of them that is competencies and employability. Um, so as yes in Portugal, our main goal is to promote mobilities for local students, but at the same time integrate international students, learners, and all young international people in our local community. And this job fair is born with the perfect matching between yes and Portugal and talent, where the needs of young international people of finding diverse job opportunities and this need that have been arising throughout the years. And now I think they have the chance to be fulfilled. So it turned out clear for both entities that the creation of this cooperation was essential to promote employability of the promote employability opportunities for the youngest, but also was designed to facilitate the movement of workers, improving the inclusion of mobile citizens, and with the aim to spread information about the conditions to work in our country, which we believe is ready to welcome you. Um, and according to Erasmus Impact Studies launched by the European Commission, such in 2020, 2022, I think. So I think I have the year correctly in my head. 85% of the students that study or train abroad, they pretend to enhance their employability. So this is a big number. And actually, the graduates, the people that graduates and have made an Erasmus Plus program, they find their first job after graduation quicker than non-mobile students. So we think this is great. And actually, we saw in this study too that they are also happier with their jobs than non-mobiles. Also, they report that they have higher values on the job quality index, which measures expats such the current job, like security, career prospects. So gathering all this information and also understanding the difficulty that is to search a job in other countries, we designed this and made this job fair, especially for international people and all people that already have done a mobility program, such in Portugal or other places. So mostly Erasmus alumni, enhancing the competencies that were acquired previously when abroad, and moreover, people who intend to continue or even to start their professional path in Portugal, or people who are fluent and speak different languages other than Portuguese. Um, well, and I think among the countless consequences of the current pandemic, the employment rate was one of them, having a big and strong impact on the youngest, according to Eurostat data, actually. And today, more than ever, we see this event as a way to facilitate the search for jobs among the youngest, consequently contributing to social economic recovery caused by the pandemic. This being said, I hope all participants may enjoy to the fullest this experience concerning its main purpose, and that you make the most of it. Here is an opportunity for you to connect with companies that are recruiting in Portugal. All of them here present today looking for specific but also diverse competencies and skills and profiles from different cultural backgrounds, education, and areas of study. And this being said, I think the best way possible to go through this job fair is showcase your competencies in the best way possible. And we hope that this contributes to a great step in your professional life and career. And we are very happy to be a part of this journey with you. And we wish you all the luck.
Thank you very much, Anna. We can speak more lately. So regarding what Anna said, it's true that lots of people come here to study, but after they go back to their homes. But it's quite different study and living rather than working. So for lots of people that want to come again to Portugal to work, they have some questions about practical questions about what the companies, what they want, and so on. So this is a huge opportunity today because there are not so much events. I think any event like this that is joining global companies in Portugal looking for foreigners, people that speak other languages and have other skills, and also global companies that want a lot these kind of people speaking mother tongues differently from Portuguese. Okay. So now I will ask to Cristina Cordeiro, that is talent acquisition at Citel. It's a huge company of customer service. They work a lot with people from very diverse countries. So Cristina will give a big picture of what can Portugal as a country, and also, of course, the example of his own company, what they are doing to receive people from very different countries. Okay, thank you, Cristina. Please.
Hello, thank you, and good morning. So, in fact, Cycle Portugal, we have more than 3,000 employees, so from several nationalities, all the nationalities that you can imagine. So we do relocate many people that want to work and live in Portugal. And I would say that people want to come and work for Cycle Portugal, of course, because it's an amazing company, it's a multinational, but also because of this wonderful country that we have. So in Portugal, which is amazing, right? The lifestyle, everything that relates to the climate, to the beaches that we have near the capital and also Porto. So we receive mainly people in Lisbon and Porto, but we also work with people that live all over Portugal, that are located all over Portugal. because of course with this scenario of the coronavirus, it had to be, and 97% of the people are working from home. Still, we are able to bridge all the community that works for us in Cytle, and to have a connection with all the employees that work for us. But I would say that mainly we attract people by all that Portugal have to offer, all the lifestyle, all that relates to food, to the cultural events, to the climate that we have in Portugal, and all this lifestyle. We take care of all the relocation process. So what we do is that we support everyone that comes to work with us to find accommodation. So we also reimburse the flight, so all is taken care. We give all the indications to the people. We have an amazing team that does all this follow up with the people that come and work for us. Mainly people that come from countries in Europe, and mainly people which have also English as a second language. I think you are on mute, Luis. I'm not listening.
Thank you, Christina. Okay, thank you very much, Christina. Okay. Thank you very much. No, it's a good example to make understand all the people that coming up from abroad, that companies are prepared to receive, have the bureaucratic issues resolved. Of course, it depends of the origin of each candidate. Okay, thank you. We will return after. So now I will ask Leo Coron, okay, from Nordi Asset Management. It's also a foreigner. It's a good example. Leon, I would like to hear from you also your personal case, what happened with you, and what Nordi is doing to help people coming to Portugal. And mainly also what is the experience of a foreigner when he comes to Portugal. Okay.
Yeah, of course. But first of all, Luis, I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to be here, and I think it's very good for us to be able to, to meet the students and the former students from the Erasmus network. As you were saying, so I'm a foreigner, and actually we opened a branch here for Nordi Asset Management in Portugal only in September. So it's been only a few months, and so far it's been a great journey. So it's a good opportunity to share that with you today. But also to tell you that so now we are 15 here, and probably we aim at being around 100 at some point. So we are growing fast, and so today is also a very good opportunity for us, to meet people that are potentially interested to come to work in Portugal. So that being said, from my personal point of view, and how it has been to come here to Portugal, because before that I was in Luxembourg, where we also have a big hub, and I am French originally.
Okay.
So the first thing I noticed coming here is that it's a very, very welcoming country. I think, and it's quite important when you are an expat and you want to come to another country. People are very, I would say, very friendly. They always try to help you with everything, and it's something that I really, really enjoyed here. And in addition to that, I would say that the environment here is very dynamic. There is always something happening, especially we are based in Lisbon, actually next to Lisbon, Oeiras. But I would say that at least here, it's very, very dynamic. There's always something happening on the artistic side, or music festivals, or these kind of things. And I think that is an important part of the the life. So that's nice. But also on the job market side, it's very dynamic, and I think that you can see that from all the companies that you have today at this event. You have lots of international companies that are coming here in Portugal. I think since decades or so. It's been more and more dynamic. You have very good profiles, people that speak very well English. I think that's a thing that we really appreciate as a company. Just to highlight that, we have around 30,000 people, employees in the Nordics. But outside of the Nordics, we have a large hub in Luxembourg. It's our second hub. But here in Portugal, we want to build our second hub outside of the Nordics. So that also gives an idea of the importance that we give to to the country, and that we see potential here. And I think we are not the only one. I think other companies see that as well. And as an expat, if you want to go in another country, I think it's very important to know that the job market is dynamic. Another point I wanted just to highlight quickly is something that I noticed, and other of my colleagues that came from other countries noticed as well, is a very safe country. It might sound a bit strange to say that, but having lived in other countries, in other cities, outside of Portugal, it's always something that you have in mind. Even though most of the cities are, of course, very safe, but it's something that you always have to say that here in Lisbon, it's really something that you never think about, and it's actually really, really enjoyable. I think it's also important if you are coming with kids and if you have a family. I think it's a really good point as well. So overall, I would say the quality of life, of course, is really good, and the dynamism of the job market. That is the two main points that I think are really positive with our experience so far with Portugal.
Thank you very much, Leo. To everyone, you can ask these kind of questions on the live event, okay, on the chat. So after this finish, beginning on 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., you can ask these kind of questions, all of these on the live chat and video chat, okay? Thank you. It's also good today that we are speaking from different places, okay? Joanne is speaking from Dublin, and Christine, Leo from around Lisbon, and Isabel also, and me and Sandra, we are speaking from the north, near Porto, okay, around Porto. So I will ask now Sandra, that is also a case study, okay? Someone that I think I've studied before, I don't know, but she can explain. And after she got in, I don't know, you fell in love with Portugal or not, but you can explain. Okay. So
I'm still here, so.
Okay. So what I would like to hear is also regarding HB Fuller, that is a global service. There are lots of global shared services here in Portugal. They have chosen Portugal because of its situation, also the quality of the talent. And because of that, they also need lots of different nationalities and mother tongues to help the clients or the internal clients in some regions like EMEA or even Latin American, sometimes even the whole world. Okay, so Sandra, I would like to hear from you. What is HB Fuller, and what is your own experience regarding as a foreigner? Okay.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Luis. First of all, for inviting us here. So yeah. Also, hello everyone. My name is Sandra Reznacek, and I'm an inside sales team coordinator here at HB Fuller. But yeah, let me introduce myself first a little bit and why I'm here today. So you can clearly tell from my name that I'm not Portuguese. I'm Austrian. I was born in Vienna, and just like many of you, I had the opportunity to do an Erasmus semester abroad, which I spent in Lisbon in 2013. And at the time, I completely fell in love with the country. You know, it has been said before during this talk, you know, it's the sun, the beaches, the food, the wine, but of course the people, and I think the general diversity that the country has to offer that people find so attractive here. So when I returned to Austria, I knew that I had to come back, and eventually I did. And I've been living in Porto here in the north now for almost 6 years. In the beginning, of course, I thought that the move wouldn't be easy because, as you said, Luis, yourself, you know, it's one thing to study, but it's another thing to work here. I also didn't speak any Portuguese, so of course I was a bit in doubt that maybe that's an issue. But when I came, I was positively surprised that it was very easy to make connections here. I mean, the international community in Porto is growing every year. Porto is a great place to live, not only in terms of work-life balance. You have a great quality of life. I mean, you can take the metro and just go to the beach to have a coffee after work. as somebody from Austria, this is something very special. So, but on the other hand, like Leo said, it's very safe. You have great public healthcare system. You have a good airport with great connections. You have English schools, which is also important for some expats. But yeah, Portugal is known to be a country that is open to foreign cultures, and Portuguese people love to host. They speak lots of languages. So English for me, or Portuguese for me, was never a barrier. I never felt it like it was a barrier. But I also think that, sorry, Luis, did you want to ask something?
No, it's good.
Okay.
It's good. Okay.
But yeah, I think that this development is also happening thanks to and because of companies like mine and other companies that are represented here today, that understood the value of creating multicultural teams, not only for the company, but also for the people that work there. So yeah, I'm also going to talk a bit about my company. I mean, H.B. Fuller, probably most people don't know it. We're manufacturers of industrial adhesives. If you want to put it in easier words, it's glue. And the products we produce are basically everywhere you look. So whether it's in your phones, your books, your furniture, the cars that we drive, even in toilet paper, it's everywhere. We have our headquarters located in the US, in Minnesota, but we have 72 manufacturing sites and 38 technology centers around the world. In Europe, we have locations, for example, in Portugal, where I am, but also in France, Germany, in Italy, or in the UK, for example. But very early on, I think that H.B. Fuller understood the importance of Portugal as a strategic location. Like you mentioned in the introduction, we have our shared service center here. Whether it's our global finance team, customer service, HR, inside sales, all of these departments, they work on a global and if not European level. So that means working here from Porto. In one day, you might be speaking from customers to Finland, to Turkey, and then in the afternoon, you're having a virtual coffee with a coworker in the States. So yeah, we're a global team. We have just in Portugal alone, we have 17 nationalities working here. So our working language is English. You don't need to speak Portuguese. In fact, H.B. Fuller values people with foreign language skills, which is why we're continuously hiring. For example, last year we hired 71 people alone here in Portugal. But we also have trainee programs and make it a point that people transition into fixed positions, because yeah, we hire also for the future and not only for the present. So yeah, later on, me and my colleagues, many of which with the same experience that I have, are going to be at our virtual stand. So if there's any questions, also we're happy to answer them. From 10 to 5, we're there for you. And any questions you have, please ask them.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sandra. We are already receiving questions on the chat. Okay, so I will ask people. There's a question for Saitel, that someone that can speak or hear. So I would ask to Saitel if they can answer the question for that person. Okay, and I will try to transmit some questions here to you. Okay, so. But before of doing that, in this first round, okay, I will now ask Isabel Cudel. Okay, so Isabel works on a company that helps people relocate to Portugal. So he's doing the hard work, okay, especially for people that doesn't have work permit to work in Portugal. It's sometimes not so easy. The things are very good. The country is good. We have good possibilities. But sometimes for non-European countries or without work permit, it's not so easy to do that. But there are good opportunities. In Portugal, we have scarcity on skills like IT, as in every places, okay, engineering, and we need that people, okay. So Isabel is going to speak a little bit with more bureaucratic issues, okay. Isabel, please, can you say something about that? Yes.
Sure. I was the colleagues here on the panel have already mentioned why Portugal is so attractive. We would always like to emphasize that indeed being such a friendly country, a tolerant society, a safe place, which looks many people take for granted, but unfortunately it's not as such worldwide. It is definitely, it's rich and healthy cuisine, top spot in World Health statistics. So there is indeed a quality of life and a number of sunshine hours per year that are absolutely attractive and very good to know. Now we're here for the reality check. I'll just go very briefly through what is called the expat life cycle, which is, you know, typically you're very happy and you say, yeah, I'm going abroad and life is fantastic and Portugal has beaches and we can have the best work-life balance possible. And then you start going into the truth reality of bureaucracy, as Louise was saying, and you go, oh my God, what have I done? Do I want to go home, or do I, you know, have I done the right move? And for us, after 20 years, I didn't introduce myself. We've been almost 20 years in the business of relocating foreigners to Portugal, and over this quite long period of time, we would summarize what we do into managing expectations. And managing expectations before you come, it's really about systematizing the information. Hooray for global World Wide Web and all the information out there and the information that Google gives us. But blogs tend to be a personal experience. And what we find from our experience is that, yes, you can have a very good experience and believe that you do not need everything that official websites will tell you to. But our greatest advice is to triple check and check again and try to understand what the requirements are. Because if you come prepared, it will indeed be a easy and smooth move, as long as you have patience. Now, why does patience come into the equation? Because we are the most fantastic place in the world to live. I can, of course, vouch for that. I'm an expat kid myself. I was born and raised in. I lived in 7 countries by the age of 13. So I kind of know under my skin what moving around and about and adaptation looks like. And there is one thing that I cannot get over with, in spite of my Portuguese citizenship, is still how we have not overcome the systematization of information and bureaucracy. Indeed, as Louise was asking. So everything is possible if you have the patience of the Chinese. And we have good places to be. Okay, so you can just relax by the beach and breathe in and breathe out, because it will eventually arrive. So why bureaucracy? Bureaucracy because there is nothing you can do in this country without a tax number, famously known as NIF. Now, NIF rules will, of course, be different if you're an EU citizen or a non-EU citizen. With COVID, even EU citizens would either wait forever for an appointment, because I guess that's a bit happening everywhere, but you can do it online. But if you do it online, you need a tax representative. So then, you know, it looks simple, but then you get into the detail and everything is feasible. Again, I'm not trying to complicate things. We're just asking or advising to triple check with your HR, your employer, read different blogs if you're doing your own research, because, for instance, if you then need to register, because if you don't register your official address at the competent authority, be it the town hall or the immigration office, then you do not have an official address that will enable you to access the before mentioned fantastic health service. When we say fantastic, it's not that the public health service is fantastic, because then again, you have waiting lines and patience is required. But we have I would almost say, ridiculously affordable prices, private health insurances, and the public health system is a very good quality in case of emergency. So you do, like in many other countries, wait a long time if you have just a not serious reason to go to a doctor, and to avoid that, but you need to register at your local health center especially now because of COVID, if you need a vaccine. So all these bureaucratic steps, they're like they're not a catch-22 because they follow. There's steps you can follow. So first you register, in one place, and once you have that, you can take that paper on to the next one and to the next one. And as long as you follow the correct timeline, everything is feasible, and it will sure end up where it's supposed to go. So we're here to tell you that be patient and just do your homework in the sense of legalization. For EU citizens, hooray for European Union. Of course, it gets much easier. If you're a non-EU citizen, there are many different ways of legalizing your stay here. You must be aware that the two main paths would be, so immigration, we like to call immigration, we like the analogy of going into somebody's home, right? So when you're moving abroad, you're going to a new country and you need to ask authorization to go there, or as an EU citizen, you just register yourself. So I like to make this comparison of going to someone's home. So you either knock on the door and ask for somebody to say, yes, please come in, and then that's the visa, and you come in for the purpose of your stay, short stay, student, work, and then once you're in the country, you ask for permission to sit on the sofa. Another way of doing this is you can't enter the country, especially on the countries with visa waiver programs, and you basically sit on the sofa, and then you ask if you could have come in, right? And that might take a bit longer, so you will not be on the priority list of the immigration office if you're already sitting on the sofa and asking to be duly registered. So it is about planning. Like I would say, everything you also do at work and what your employers require you to do at work is have proper planning when you relocate.
Thank you. Anything more, Isabel, or not? Okay.
I would just advise, likewise, in terms of relocation, so and accommodation. The question we get most asked is, how come? So people look at the average salary of a Portuguese person. They look at the salary they've been offered by their employer, and then they look at the rental prices. And that's the first question we get is, how come rental prices are so high? Because you just, you do your simple math in terms of how much I spend. A third I spend in accommodation, the third I spend in schooling or savings, and then the other third in everyday expenses, per diems, etc. And the math does not add up in most cases, because I don't know. I would say that this happens in every country. But if you get an assignment in Paris, I don't believe you expect to live in the Champs-Élysées. Or if you get an assignment in London, I don't expect that you're looking to live in Chelsea. So likewise in Lisbon and Porto, if you get a job here, people ask for apartments in Chiado or in Foz do Douro, if in the case of Porto. Well, that's not really where Portuguese people live, especially if you're starting your professional life. And in that sense, Portugal has this other wonderful thing, which is we are small enough for commuting to be quite easy, right? So, and I know especially Brazilian citizens, they're used to commuting an hour and a half. You do not need to commute as much because we're a small country, and even when we say Greater Porto or Greater Lisbon, we're still talking about small distances. I'll give you an example. If you have an assignment in Porto, there's this beautiful city called Aveiro, and it's a 60-kilometer distance, which I believe you can do in maybe 30 minutes in train. Correct me if I'm wrong, people from Porto.
Yes, 40, okay.
40 minutes, and it's a great quality of life. You're by the sea. We call it the Venice of Portugal. So there are lots of different options. You just go broader and just look at so many options and open your mind towards that.
Thank you, Isabel. It's funny because I have friends from Belgium, and it was funny one day they came here and I visited Porto with them, and I was looking for things that I never seen before. I was a tourist with them. Sometimes it's good that foreigners can find things better than us that live here for long, okay? And even they can have another thing, another ways of life, like living more far away. Sometimes we want the things as always, and the foreigners can find beautiful things that we never seen before, okay?
In that sense, Luis, if I may just wrap up that,
Yes.
just one last advice. Well, not last. I believe we'll be back to this, but when you plan,
okay, we are a little bit stressed on time. Okay, Isabel, sorry. Okay,
we'll be back.
Okay, thank you, Isabel. We are receiving several questions on the chat. Okay, the chat is close to the transmission. Okay, on the website. Thank you very much. They are very interesting questions. I will advise people that are making questions that after when it begins the event at 10 o'clock, please go to the stands, to the booths, to the companies, and ask directly there. Okay, questions like, I'm looking for a job, but unfortunately I haven't received any positive feedback. Of course, there's always that case. Please go to the companies that are not giving the answer and ask directly to them. Today you have the possibility to interact in live. Okay, there's another question here for Cital, but the person cannot hear or listen, so it's better to go to the stand. Okay, there are other questions about engineering, ideology, some different skills. So my question for Christina. Okay, Christina, what are normally the skills that you look more, that you have on your company? Skills in languages or other skills? What kind of competencies you need? Okay.
Yeah, so as a multinational, one of the advantages of working in Cital is in fact working for big clients in like for example Airbnb, like great brands in the world. So we are a company that provides service to customers, so customer service. We have also technical support. We have projects also related with sales. I would say that the main competency that we look for is, of course, in terms of language. So as I said, we hire people in native speakers for languages like Spanish, French, German, all the in total 20 different languages. And apart from that, of course, that what's important for us is to have people that like to communicate, because this is a company related with communication, of course. People that that look for a position in which they can grow. People that want to stay with us because they like this industry of providing services, of working in a team. So the interaction between people in the team is very important. So we really look for people that are team players. And I would say that those are the skills that we mainly search for. Of course, that in the company there's also a policy of developing people, of developing the skills of the people, and that's also a big part of working in site. Also, if you want to grow, if you want to learn more, that would be one of the major advantages in working for us.
Okay, thank you very much, Christina. So I will ask the same question to Leo. Okay, what are the skills? I think you work more on management. On the candidates that we have at the job fair, there are a lot of diverse skills like engineering, like IT, like management, but a lot of management. It's interesting, and also different skills and languages. Also, I would ask if it is needed native language or native skills on language or fluent skills. Okay, but before answering, okay, Leo, we are receiving lots of questions. Thanks. Some questions are about how it works, the job fair. Okay. So before at the end of this session, I will explain a little bit. I will share my screen and explain how a candidate can navigate on the job fair. Okay. So how can you meet, search, and after meet with the people that are available for you on the stands. Okay. So Leo, please, can you answer?
Yep, sure. And I think maybe I can touch upon a bit this how the fair and at least how we have organized a bit the stand on our side and this kind of things. So I would say in terms of competencies, and here I can go a bit more in details in how we will structure the hub that we have here in Lisbon. So we'll be looking on one side, I would say, for people from with a management or a finance background. Because we have a team of marketing, for instance, and today during the fair we have 2 people from our marketing team that are there, so you can also contact them directly and see the needs that they have and the skills that they are looking for. We have a reporting team, so there the background would be more finance. Usually we look for people with a master in finance and potentially a bit of experience or not. It depends on the job offers. Of course, we have sales as well here that are covering both the Portuguese but also the Latin American market. And there, the question of the language is important because for these positions, of course, you need to speak the local language, so being Portuguese or Spanish. But I would say that this is the only positions where we really have a requirement in terms of language outside of English, of course. For the other positions, then Portuguese is not necessarily mandatory. It's a plus, of course, but I don't speak Portuguese, so, for instance, and I think here is quite easy, as I think Sandra was mentioning as well at some point. People speak very well English, and we tend to have very multicultural teams as well. Actually, the model that we have is that we have teams that are located in Luxembourg or in the Nordic countries, and then people here will be integrated in these teams. Even if people here are working in Portugal, then all day long they are actually in contact with people from the rest of Europe. So for sure you need strong level in English. I would say that is important for us.
Okay, thank you. It's a good answer. Thank you very much, Leo. We are giving a message now. Don't forget to complete your profile on the platform. You have registered on. Most of the people have done already your virtual CV, but it's very important that the people that didn't fill the CV, please fill the CV, because if you send applications, it's very important to have that information for the companies. Okay. So it was very interesting, Leo, that you said that you don't speak so well, or I don't know, not so much Portuguese. I think you understand already. But that's very important, and it's a question also for Sandra. Of course, Sandra, I think she speaks very well Portuguese, but for people that doesn't know Portuguese, or sometimes don't know Portuguese at all, there are most of the companies that are here on the event don't need to speak Portuguese. So don't fear if you don't speak Portuguese, okay? Of course, English normally it's very important, but you will speak mainly the language that you are applying to, okay? So my questions to Sandra is, if it is needed to speak Portuguese, what are the nationalities of people, if you know, the nationalities that you have here in your office, and also if you promote mobility through your centers, okay?
So yeah, like I said, no, you don't need to speak Portuguese. It will definitely depend on the department and the role that you're being hired for. I mean, we have here, we have departments, mainly finance, for example. Then we have customer service, we have inside sales, so sales related as well. But I think the main nationalities that we have, or the main languages that we're looking for, because there's 17 and I'm not going to name them all,
Okay.
is German,
Okay.
Polish, and French. So these
Okay.
are the main languages that we're looking for in language speakers.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sandra. We are receiving a lot of questions. Okay. Some of them, as I said before, they are people that are saying what the skills they have. Okay. I will explain a little bit at the end. How can you search companies by the skills that you have? Okay. And also what companies can offer. Please, you can go to the stand. I will ask Isabel. Isabel, you speak widely about the possibilities of Portugal and so on. I would like if you can give a short message, okay, to the candidates that come from outside Portugal. What can they expect in few words, okay, to come to Portugal, okay? People without work permit, okay?
Okay, in terms of immigration.
In short message, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Well, in a very short message, it will be due diligence, again, going back to planning, because the official list of documents required for work permit application on the CEF, which is the three words that stand for the Immigration Office, actually, as of today, curiously, it has changed to SEA instead of SEF. They've split the administrative function of the registering for non-EU citizens into a different entity, but the law has not changed. The immigration requirements have not changed, and therefore, what we advise is patience and do make sure that the list of documents listed on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website or the CEF website. I'll give you a very simple and quick example. They will list that you need your diploma if you're applying for a highly qualified visa, which gives you a lot of advantages. And highly qualified is understood as having a degree or equivalent 5 years experience and a certain level of salary, which is not very high compared to most Western European countries. So
Okay.
I would say that you easily reach the highly qualified worker, highly skilled worker state requirement. And going back to the detail of the list, it will not say, for instance, that your diploma that has to be presented to prove that you're a highly skilled worker has to be apostilled or legally or duly legalized. Now,
Okay.
apostille is an international stamp, and it basically means, imagine you're from China and your diploma is in Chinese, while the Portuguese Immigration Office cannot read it. Likewise, Polish. It's such a dear country to us. It's European Union, but Portuguese officers can still not read Polish, and therefore you might need to get into the whole jazz of translating and putting an apostille or a due certification on that document.
Okay.
It's very time consuming. Police clearance usually are also known as criminal records. They are very required. They need to be equally legalized. And they have validity of 6 months. So we do get people saying, "Oh yes, I've got one," and then we see one that's 3 or 4 years old that they have obtained for another job offer in another country.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
small
Isabel.
details. Okay.
Thank you
Otherwise, the information is public.
Okay.
You just have to know how to interpret it.
Okay, Isabel was here to give a realistic image for the bureaucratic parts. Okay, of course, for European Union or even with the work permit, there's no problem like this. Okay, it's very easy. But also for people without work permit, of course, there's possibilities. But Isabel was here to explain what are the issues. Okay, so before ending, I will ask Anna. Okay, I would like also at the end to give. Navigation share screen about. But before Anna, can you give a short message to all the people that will be present now, okay, at the event?
Yes, for sure. I think the best advice, and also as a student, um, I can give for all participants is to enjoy to the fullest this experience. And so all these companies are searching for diverse competencies and skills from all different cultural backgrounds, education, areas of study. And so I think the best way to go through this is to showcase all your competencies in the best way possible. And we wish you all the luck, and we hope that the day is a productive day for all the parties. And enjoy to the fullest this experience, I think, is the best thing that I can say right now.
Okay, thank you very much, Anna. I will now give a short navigation. Okay, so I will share my screen. I hope all the things will work well. Okay, so I'm going to share. Okay, now I think you are looking. This is the transmission. I will not click here, and we have the chat there. Okay, so if you are a candidate, okay, you go to the first page. Okay, here, and then you can start looking for companies. In 10 minutes or in 10 o'clock, it will appear the possibility for search already. You can search for companies. Okay, questions like I don't speak Portuguese. You can search here companies that does not speak, that don't need people speaking Portuguese. Okay, there are 19 companies. Okay, or if the foreign language that you speak, okay, like Dutch, for instance, we have these companies looking for people that needs people speaking Dutch. And of course, also the careers. There was lots of questions here on the chat that I didn't answer, but the answer is here. You can search, for instance, for people that are looking for business management and economics, okay? Like Nordi, as we've spoken before. And after you find the company that you want, you can go there, okay? BNP Paribas. You can see here, look for information like what does the company, okay? Where is located in Portugal? Also, how is working in the company? And then you can chat with the company, okay? You can go directly here and begin messages to the company, to BNP Paribas. And after you can start a conversation, and even you can, if you want, anyone, whenever you want, you can click here on the video and you start doing the video call. Okay, sometimes it could, maybe if there's no one there, don't worry, go out and go to another company and make a conversation in chat, written chat or video. But what is important is don't fear, go ahead. Okay, after, if you like this company, you can do a spontaneous application. Okay, so this will be sent after the event. So it's very important that you have your CV filled. As much as information you have there, you as good as the more attractive you will be to the companies. Okay, so also you can search for jobs. Okay, not only for companies. You have now 161 job offers, so you can search for also for career fields, like I've said before, also by districts. Internships, there's also a possibility for like summer internship. It's very interesting. The companies are looking, are opening to this situation a lot. Of course, the language. And then if you go like this one, okay, like let me see, software engineer, we are looking a lot of people in IT. So you can here make the submit application, okay, to this job offer or spontaneous application in the company. If you like this job offer and you want more information, go to Synopsis company, and there you see information again about us, okay? And after you can also chat with company. So you go like you are entering in the stand and you can make questions. If you have some questions, please go and you can see not now because it's not begin. You can see the questions that have done before you're entering on the stand. So please go here, upper, and see the questions. And after, don't fear, ask questions. If someone is not on the stand, you can make questions. And after, we will receive all the answers here on the left side. Okay. So, and at the same time, go and please click here. It's very fast to make a video call. Also, you can do video calls with people directly in a one-to-one chat or an interview. Here is Anna Torres. If I go there, I can make a video call with the Anna Torres. Of course, it's better to begin by written chat and after do it by video. Okay, there is here a place for search for candidates for the companies. Candidates cannot see these. I will not show because there's private information, but here the companies can search for you with if you have a virtual CV. So it's very nice that companies can search for people. I want to speak with someone that speaks German, for instance. They will have that possibility. So you can be aware that companies can come to here and find you because of your excellent skills. Okay, so I hope I was clear. Okay, I will stop now the share, and to finish, I will ask to Sandra and Leo. Okay, Christina, we are Portuguese. Okay, so I will ask to them to give a message, a short message in their own language. Okay, Leo, to the French people, vous pouvez parler français un petit peu, dire qu'est-ce que vient à ok.
Oui, tout à fait. Je suis toujours content de parler français. Et c'est vrai qu'ici au Portugal, beaucoup de gens parlent français, surtout des générations un peu plus âgées. Donc, c'est aussi quelque chose qui est agréable. Et à tous les francophones qui sont ici, je voudrais juste vous dire que c'est vraiment l'occasion de venir nous parler. On est ici pour vous rencontrer. Donc, comme Louise disait, n'hésitez pas à venir sur le stand. Et celle des autres compagnies aussi, bien entendu. On a des gens qui sont ici pour répondre à vos questions, pour discuter avec vous. Donc, vraiment, n'hésitez pas à venir nous voir. C'est vraiment un plaisir pour nous.
Ok. Comme Léo a dit, vous pouvez aller directement au stand sans hésiter. Vous pouvez mettre les questions là. Vous pouvez copier les questions et mettre dans le stand comme vous voulez. Ok. J'adore parler français. I don't speak so good, but I'm doing my best. Okay. So Sandra, please. I don't speak German. It's
no worries. I wasn't expecting it.
Okay. So please send a short message for German speakers. Okay.
Ja, guten Morgen zusammen an alle Deutschsprecher heute. Herzlich willkommen bei der Messe. Ich hoffe, ihr habt die Gelegenheit zu finden, was ihr sucht. Kommt unbedingt vorbei bei unserem Stand, bei unserem virtuellen Stand. Wir haben auch ein paar Deutschsprecher heute dabei. Solltet ihr Fragen haben, jederzeit gerne. Wir beantworten die Fragen und ja, viel Spaß.
Thank you very much, Sandra. I only know how to say Eine kleine Nachtmusik. That is the name of the Mozart music. Okay, thank you very much. It was very nice to speak. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Isabel. Okay, and of course, Anna, together with us, with Erasmus Students Network, that have an excellent job. I think it will be a very nice day. Come to the fair. You can come and come again. Okay, there are lots of people waiting for you, and I think it will be amazing, this event. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for the speakers, and have a nice job fair. It will begin right at 10 o'clock. Thank you very much.